I'm Lori Stoss. Welcome to Get Your Mind On, where we teach you strategies to help you change the way you think, share ideas to inspire action, and give you motivation to achieve higher levels of success. It was about 10 years ago on a summer night in Lincoln, Nebraska, in our family home, when in the middle of the evening there was a loud crash and boom in the sky, and it was lightning. And it, of course, awoke me, and all of a sudden, I heard coming down the hall the little footsteps running to our room. And there's my daughter tapping, "Mom, can I sleep with you?" I said, "Honey, just go back to your room. But I just want to stay with you." I said, "Okay, fine. Emily, go ahead and sleep on the floor." So what was it about that? Did I do anything different except be there? No, all I was present. I was present for her and present to be with her at that moment. Not doing anything different, but her just knowing that I was with her. So let's think about another way of present. Think about the words be present to win. Must be present to win. What do you think about? You think about that ticket stub that you've bought a raffle ticket and you're waiting and waiting to win that prize. Are you going to get that cruise, or are you going to get that iPad? And so when it's time to read that number, what do? You are present. You listen very carefully to each of those numbers on that stub to see if you won. Now, we're not going to spend today talking about probabilities of winning or thinking about, what are your chances of that, but what we are going to talk about today is being present. So there's many different ways of thinking about being present, but how often are you present? One of my coworkers was just talking today about a meeting that he was in and was told that he wasn't present. So how do you know when somebody's present or not? How do you know when you're present or not? What are some ways, because our life is going on, and guess what? We're in a world of great multitasking. And everybody thinks, including myself, I'm the queen of multitasking, and I can do many things at once. So cook dinner and talk to the kids and be on the phone and do homework all at the same time. Or be at the office, and when you're on your laptop on a conference call and somebody comes in and you talk to them. So really, are you present? Who is really getting your full attention? So we're going to talk today about thinking about it. So how do you stay present? Present is being right here, right now, focusing on one thing at a time. Because none of us can do everything all at once. So let's talk about the different ways of being present. First, stop the multitasking. Think about the things that you're doing and what's most important at that time, at that moment. Many times we probably aren't doing it fully anyway, so we have to go back and do it again. Second, think about your time zone. Many of us live in different zones. Some of us are very good at thinking about the past, and most of our day is thinking about, well, what did I do yesterday, and what did I do wrong, and how can I fix it today? And I can't continue moving backwards or thinking about what I've learned from that mistake. Some of us are in the future thinking about what if, what about tomorrow, what about next week, what about next year? I got all these things to plan for. And then there's the present. Some of us are able just to stay in the moment, in the present today. Now, those of you who are thinking futuristically think those people in the present are very careless because they're not thinking about what might be coming around the bend. Well, we do have to balance that. And like I've said before, it's all about moderation. But really thinking about when you are in today, what are the things that we need to get done? What are the things that I need to focus on right now so we can enjoy the moment? So just think about that time zone. 3 is when you're thinking about being with someone, whether it's your child and having those conversations, or you're in the middle of an important PowerPoint presentation for a meeting coming up or a document, and somebody you manage comes and knocks on your door. Do you keep your head down? Do you look at them? What do you do? And maybe it's not the right time at that moment. So if it isn't the right time, whether that's with your child or with the person you're managing, just say, "Hey, do you mind if I finish this for 1 minute? And let me give you a minute so I can give you my full attention." So the way to look at that is really think about eye contact. So if you're with somebody, make sure you're eye to eye, thinking about, am I listening? When we think about the words listening and silent, if you look at those two words, they have the exact same letters. Listen and silent. So are you really listening? And are you silent, absorbing what they need from you at that moment, just being present? And when we think about that, sometimes, even though we're listening and our eyes are tuned in on their eyes, make sure you're not sitting here thinking about what am I going to say next? What am I going to say next? Or processing something else. Really sit and think about that moment when they're really present. Fourth is really think about how do we just let some things go. Sometimes we want to control things and want to know everything that's going on in terms of focusing, and we just need to stay in the moment and stay present. So let me share with you a quote for today. "The clock is running. Make most of today. Time waits for no man. Yesterday is history. Tomorrow is a mystery. Today is a gift. That's why we call it the present." So think about different ways that you can give people the best gift possible, which is really being present and your presence. And it's just that simple thing, just as it was when I heard those little footsteps running down the hall, just wanting to know that somebody was there and being present with her. It didn't take much of me, but just actually being there and spending time with her. So let's think about this week. What are different ways that you can look at your presence? So let's take a moment for positive charge. 1, let's think about when you're in the moments this week, thinking about all the things that are going on, preparing phone calls, or lists of things to do, and running ragged. Just stop and recognize what is the most important thing I need to do at this moment. Second, take some time to think about that eye contact. Instead of turning your head and having your back to your children when they're talking and you think they're texting and this and that, just turn around and face to face, look them in the eyes, and that'll allow you to really think about the presence, not just with you, but with them as well. Thanks for listening, and remember to take some time this week to give the most important gift that's free, your presence. And remember to get your mind on.